Known as the cultural capital of Bali, Ubud is filled with beautiful rice terraces, monkeys that aren't scared to jump on you, and the most stunning waterfalls in Bali. Ubud is definitely worth the hype when you're in Bali, and when you're here, you'll see why. And at the end of this video, I'll show you the craziest hidden gem in Ubud. Alright, so we got another bike today. This one's a lot more powerful than the one yesterday. A little bit scared, but we're ready to go. Always make sure you're wearing protection. So we're starting off with the famous Tegalalang rice terrace, and this is why you come at sunrise, because there's literally nobody here, and I hear it gets so busy. And there's also like a popular scam I heard about here where people will charge you, but the entrance was free to get in, and just the views of here are insane. Such a great way to start the morning. Just a beautiful little hike here. Saw the biggest spider ever, and I highly recommend coming here at sunrise because I've seen videos of this place later on in the day and it gets absolutely packed. You basically have everything to yourself here if you come at sunrise.
And it's so serene and peaceful just walking around amongst nature. It's so beautiful.
Also, if you do come a bit late and the sun is already up, the photos of the valley don't look the same at all. It doesn't have like that beautiful green color that it does when the sun isn't up yet. Next spot we're at right now is the Campuhan Ridge Walk, which is just like a nice little beautiful walk within nature, and it's supposed to have a really nice view at the top. And at the top, your prize for finishing this is a bunch of gift shops and restaurants. And now we're also trying a classic Indonesian nasi goreng. I'd say that nasi goreng was probably a C tier. Wasn't too bad, but not something I'd try again. Hopefully we have some better ones later on. And in the center of Ubud, there's an Ubud Market. Basically all the same stuff that you would find at like all the markets here in Bali. But one thing I've noticed about these markets though is the prices are a lot more expensive than you would think, because it's tough for tourists to convert the price right away to their local currency. So they always upcharge. Like when you ask for a shot glass at first, they start off with like 300,000, which is an outrageous price for a shot glass. And now we're on our way to probably one of the most popular things to do here in Bali. One of the things everyone thinks of when they think of Bali, and that is the monkey forest. We're literally witnessing a war going on right now between them. That's insane. Definitely one of the most fun experiences. It was so cool seeing all the monkeys in there.
Yeah, it was such an amazing experience just to be there with the monkeys and not have like a barrier.
It's so cool too. A lot of the times they'll just jump on you or just like go around you.
Yeah, and it's amazing just being there with them, everyone all together. Instead of there being a barrier, you just feel very connected. We went back to our hotel now because we're doing something that me and Michael are both looking forward to. We got a floating breakfast.
Most of the time at any hotel you get, especially in Ubud, you can order a floating breakfast. Most hotels offer the service, but there's also a service you can offer it from the outside. It's usually going to be more expensive though. The one we got from here is 300,000. It was a really fun experience. It's definitely much harder to eat it in the pool, but I definitely recommend it just for the experience. It's pretty fun to have one of these.
A few moments later.
Now we're just trapped in some rain on a scooter. No rain jackets with us. Not the place you want to be. Finally, we made it. But one of the coolest tours we've done so far is a chocolate tour in Colombia where we explored a chocolate plantation, got some chocolate. So now we're going to be doing the same. So we're here at Cow Chocolates in central Bali. It's actually pretty cool. They go through the entire process of how chocolate is made, and it's actually completely different cocoa than the one in Colombia. So a different process entirely. We got to try the insides of it too, and surprisingly they taste like mangosteen. Very sweet. Nothing like what I thought it would taste like. Just made it back into Ubud now, and we're going to get some ribs for dinner. The ribs were really good and I recommend trying this spot, but I still think the ones in Canggu were better, so I'm gonna say A tier for these. So we did Mount Batur in the morning and now we're here in central Ubud and we're going to a place called Blend Cafe to get some famous Bali smoothie bowls. Katya's been raving about having some for a while.
I'm so excited.
Definitely deserves the S tier. Another day and another rainfall to avoid. Same time again, it's like 3 p.m. and now we're close to Sidemen. We're about to do some jewelry making, so we're just driving up to where we're going, but we got stuck under some big rains, so now we're here waiting for some more rain to pass. The silver jewelry making was such an amazing experience. You go through the entire process of melting it from silver and designing it into a ring. We went to Agum Silver to do this and it was 350,000 rupiah. It's really cool because it's a hands-on experience and you get to keep your rings too. And now we have our matching rings. And now just beside this place is the Sidemen rice terrace. So we're here now. It's a much more low-key rice terrace than Tegalalang, but the area is definitely much bigger. So if you want to see the rice terraces and you don't want to get up at sunrise, but you want to miss the crowd, then Sidemen is where you would go. It's also not a tourist trap at all. It's just like a pure area where they're doing work here. You won't need to pay anything here.
Yeah, lots of local people live here and you're just walking by saying hi as they're doing their daily routines.
This is nasi kampung. It's a mix of a bunch of Indonesian food. You got red rice right there. It's cooked without sugar. Such a delicious meal we had just now. We went to a place called In the Garden and it had home cooked Indonesian food and all the food was A tier. Like it was delicious. Definitely recommend it. They make it all natural, very healthy food. And it was a great way to end off a nice dinner and day in Ubud. But another early rise for tomorrow morning too. Now we have another early morning because we're gonna go and witness a beautiful sunrise somewhere else. So the spot we're now at is Ulu Danu Bratan Temple, which is a really important temple here in Bali, and it was built in 1633 and used for offerings to the Balinese water goddess because Lake Bratan was the main source of watering crop in Ubud and on the island. Entry fee into here is 75,000 rupiah and you get entrance to the whole grounds as well as the main temple. This temple is also significant because when one of the massive eruptions happened in Mount Batur, the lava was destroying everything, but it stopped right at the walls of the temple and left it completely unharmed. Very beautiful and peaceful area to watch, especially at sunrise. We did miss sunrise a bit, but you can come here earlier and watch the sunrise, take a nice little boat out on the lake beside the temple. Now we're doing one of the things that Bali is most known for, and that's hitting up some waterfalls. The first one we're going to is Git Waterfall. It's about 30 minutes north of where we went on a very twisty, turny road, but let's go check it. So much bigger than I thought. It's so beautiful. This is definitely a big time hidden gem. There's no people here, no parking fee, no entry fee. Git Waterfall is so beautiful too. Unfortunately, because of the rain the last 2 days, we weren't able to see a lot of the waterfalls we wanted to see because it rained for like 2 to 3 hours right at the times that we were planning to see them. But luckily we did get to see this one beautiful one. I have a lot of them saved in my Google Maps, so in my description I'll leave all of my map pins below so you can just download them. It'll be for all of Bali, so like all the best restaurants, all the waterfalls and everything else that we did. I'll have the map pins for all of that, so just check the description, download that. It's fully free and just enjoy your exploring of Bali. And some of the waterfalls that we wanted to see are so beautiful. I'm really sad we had to miss out on those, but they're all going to be in the map pins, so hopefully you guys can see those. Let me know which ones you like the most too. So we stopped at one more waterfall because we're able to see one more waterfall on our way back. Now we're at Leke Leke Water. Another really beautiful waterfall here. This one's more of a photo spot than it is like for swimming. You can swim, but great photos here. And this one costs 50,000 to get in. That's all it is for Ubud. We're on our way to one of the islands next, so please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again in the next one.